Those who live in the memory of their loved ones are not dead. They are only far away. Only those who are forgotten are dead. Victor Hugo formed these sentences, and they are true. We remember here some prominent figures who died in the first few days of November 2025. Please stay until the end to honor each one of them, for they deserve our respect. Glenn Clifton Jr., known to the world as Young Bleed, left us on November 1st, 2025, at the age of 51, following a brain aneurysm that struck him suddenly during an after-party in Las Vegas. His son, Taiji Ramon Clifton, announced the news through Instagram, sharing that his father had spent a week on a ventilator in intensive care before passing. Young Bleed's departure marks a significant loss for the hip-hop community and all those whose lives he touched through his authentic voice and uncompromising artistry. Born in South Baton Rouge, Louisiana on June 6, 1974, Young Bleed began writing rhymes at just 9 years old, drawing inspiration from his mother's love of poetry and the revolutionary sounds of Run DMC. These early influences shaped a distinct artistic sensibility, one that would later resonate across the nation. By his teenage years, he was independently recording and selling mixtapes through his neighborhood, creating his own opportunities with determination and vision before any record label came calling. In 1995, Young Bleed joined forces with fellow Baton Rouge artists C-Lock, Max Minnelli, Javon, and Chris Hamilton to form Concentration Camp, a collective that would define Southern rap's golden era. His breakthrough arrived when Master P remixed his How You Do That, placing it on the 1997 soundtrack to I'm 'Bout It, where it climbed to #1 on the Billboard R&B hip-hop charts. This moment opened doors, leading to his 1998 debut album My Balls and My Word, which achieved platinum status and demonstrated his ability to craft genuine narratives rooted in street wisdom and lived experience. Throughout his career, Young Bleed remained true to his roots, whether navigating major label contracts or pursuing independent ventures with labels like Sibo's West Coast Mafia Records. His commitment to authenticity never wavered. Beyond his musical accomplishments, he was a father who inspired his son to carry on the legacy he built. Young Bleed's work captured the raw poetry of the South and proved that vulnerability and strength could coexist in hip-hop. His voice endures in the verses he left behind.
Ralph Abbott Senensky lived a life woven through the fabric of American television. Born in Mason City, Iowa, on May 1, 1923, he carried with him the Midwestern values and creative spirit that would define his extraordinary career. Before the golden age of television, Senensky worked as a stage director and production supervisor at the Pasadena Playhouse, learning his craft in the collaborative depths of theatrical production. When he turned his attention to the small screen in 1958, he brought with him decades of theatrical wisdom that would shape television's most beloved programs. For 3 decades, Senensky guided stories that would resonate across generations. His directorial vision shaped episodes of The Fugitive, the original Star Trek series, The Partridge Family, and The Waltons, programs that millions turned to for escape, wonder, and human connection. He was there at the beginning of television's greatest adventures, directing scenes that would echo through the decades in the hearts of viewers worldwide. What distinguished Senensky was the quiet dignity of his craft. He retired in 1988, yet his influence never faded into obscurity. On May 1, 2023, he celebrated his 100th birthday, a milestone that placed him among the last direct links to television's pioneering era. When Robert Butler passed away in November 2023, Senensky became the sole surviving director of the original Star Trek, a living keeper of that series' creative legacy. He passed away on November 1st, 2025, in Carmel by the Sea, California, at the age of 102. Ralph Senensky's gift was his ability to translate human stories to the screen with clarity and warmth. His work remains a permanent testament to a man who helped define how television tells stories to the world.
Layne Collins, Kentucky's 56th governor and its first and only female chief executive, died peacefully in her sleep on November 1, 2025, at age 88. Born in Baghdad, Kentucky on December 7, 1936, she rose from small-town roots to become a transformative political leader who reshaped her state's education system and economy. A University of Kentucky graduate, Collins began her career as a public school teacher before entering politics in 1971. She served as clerk of the Kentucky Supreme Court in 1975 and as lieutenant governor under John Y. Brown, Jr. from 1979 to 1983, visiting all 120 counties and acting as governor for more than 500 days. Elected governor in 1983, Collins focused on two priorities: education and economic development. She led major education reforms, calling special legislative sessions and engaging directly with communities to design solutions. Her administration enacted a $300 million improvement plan, introduced mandatory kindergarten, strengthened teacher training, and provided support for struggling schools. A legal challenge during her tenure later spurred the landmark Kentucky Education Reform Act of 1990, transforming public education statewide. Internationally, Collins made history by traveling to Japan and China to recruit investment. Her diplomacy secured Toyota's $800 million manufacturing plant in Georgetown, a project that revolutionized Kentucky's industrial base and attracted further automotive growth. Collins also chaired the 1984 Democratic National Convention and was considered as a potential vice presidential running mate for Walter Mondale. After leaving office, she served as president of St. Catherine College and held academic posts at the University of Louisville and the University of Kentucky. Throughout her life, Collins championed education as the foundation of progress. Her trailblazing leadership expanded opportunities for women and positioned Kentucky for lasting success. Donna Godchaux McKay lived a life intertwined with the evolution of American music, from the Muscle Shoals sound of the 1960s to the legendary stages where the Grateful Dead redefined rock and roll. Born in Florence, Alabama, she carried the warmth and soul of that region wherever her voice traveled, lending its mezzo-soprano richness to some of the most iconic recordings of her era. Percy Sledge's When a Man Loves a Woman, Elvis Presley's Suspicious Minds, and countless others that shaped the soundtrack of a generation. Her introduction to Keith Godchaux and subsequent arrival at the Grateful Dead in 1972 marked a pivotal moment in the band's history. For 7 years, she was the emotional anchor of their sound, delivering both backing vocals and lead parts that defined countless unforgettable performances. Her presence brought a grounding quality to the Dead's expansive improvisations, a human voice cutting through cosmic explorations with intention and grace. After the band's dissolution in 1979, Donna returned to Alabama, to the places and studios where her journey began, building a life with David McKay and continuing to create music on her own terms. The formation of the Donna Godchaux Band decades later demonstrated her unwavering commitment to her craft, her refusal to become merely a footnote in rock history. She remained active, performing with various ensembles and contributing to archival projects that honored the legacy she helped build. Her voice, preserved in recordings that will outlive us all, remains a testament to a life devoted entirely to the pursuit of authentic expression.
Diane Ladd leaves behind a legacy of remarkable artistry spanning 7 decades. From her early days in New Orleans theater to her luminous screen presence, she embodied a rare combination of vulnerability and strength that captivated audiences across generations. Her performances were never mere technical exercises. They were excavations into the human condition, each role a window into lives lived with complexity and grace. The 3 Academy Award nominations for Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, Wild at Heart, and Rambling Rose reflected not merely recognition, but an acknowledgement of her transformative power. That final nomination came alongside her daughter Laura Dern's own nomination for the same film, a watershed moment in cinema history that spoke to the artistry flowing through her family. Yet Diane never seemed to rest on accolades. She continued working steadily through television, independent films, and theater, driven by something deeper than accolade, a genuine love for the craft itself. Her personal resilience mirrored the characters she portrayed. In 2018, when she was misdiagnosed with a terminal illness after chemical exposure, she fought back with the same determination that defined her on screen. She recovered fully, continuing to work and create even as the years accumulated. What made Diane distinctive was her refusal to be confined by age, type, or expectation. Whether playing a waitress in a sitcom, a mysterious woman in Polanski's Chinatown, or sharing scenes with her daughter in films like Rambling Rose and Wild at Heart, she brought full humanity to every moment. Her presence elevated everything around her, not through grandstanding, but through genuine engagement with the material and her fellow actors. Diane Ladd died as she lived, fully engaged with her craft until the very end, leaving behind not just a filmography, but a blueprint for how to sustain artistry with integrity, humor, and an abiding curiosity about human nature.
Richard Bruce Cheney, who died November 3, 2025, at his home surrounded by family, was a figure whose influence extended far beyond the office he held. Born in Lincoln, Nebraska, and raised in Casper, Wyoming, Cheney's rise through American politics was methodical and decisive. He began as an intern for Congressman William A. Steiger and rose steadily through the Nixon and Ford administrations, serving as White House Chief of Staff from 1975 to 1977. His entry into electoral politics came in 1978, when he was elected to represent Wyoming's at-large congressional district, a position he held for a decade while briefly serving as House Minority Whip. As Secretary of Defense under George H.W. Bush from 1989 to 1993, Cheney oversaw Operation Just Cause and Operation Desert Storm, decisions that would define his legacy. During the Clinton years, he served as chairman and CEO of Halliburton, leading the company from 1995 to 2000. As the 46th vice president under George W. Bush from 2001 to 2009, Cheney became widely regarded as the most powerful vice president in American history. His influence shaped the nation's response to the September 11th attacks and the subsequent wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, decisions that would remain contested. His later years revealed unexpected dimensions. He publicly broke with the Republican Party over Donald Trump, endorsing Democrat Kamala Harris in the 2024 election. He endured multiple heart attacks throughout his life and received a heart transplant in 2012, which he called the gift of life. Cheney is survived by his wife Lynn, whom he married in 1964, and their daughters Liz and Mary. He died from complications related to pneumonia and vascular disease. His legacy remains complex, a man of considerable power whose decisions altered the course of nations and whose final acts suggested a conscience reasserting itself against the machinery he had helped construct. Marshawn Kneeland's life unfolded with the precision of an athlete committed to mastery. Born in Grand Rapids, Michigan on July 8, 2001, he emerged from Godwin Heights High School as a dual-threat prospect whose versatility as linebacker and tight end foreshadowed a career of relentless adaptation. At Western Michigan, Kneeland refined himself across 5 seasons into a formidable defensive presence, accumulating 148 tackles and 13.0 sacks. The Cowboys recognized something in him, a hunger, a capability, and selected him in the second round of the 2024 NFL Draft. His rookie year became a foundation, appearances building towards something greater. In his second season, though brief, he was finally becoming the player he envisioned, recording a sack and meaningful tackles through 7 games. What strikes hardest is the incompleteness. At 24, Kneeland had only begun to demonstrate what years of dedication had prepared him to achieve. His girlfriend Catalina, his family, his teammates, those closest to him knew a person whose character extended far beyond statistics. The Cowboys organization described him as beloved, a word that carries weight only when genuinely earned. He had earned it. There is no adequate language for a death this sudden. The specific circumstances remain unknown, but what remains crystalline is that a young man full of potential, conviction, and the quiet dignity that defines serious athletes has left us. Marshawn Kneeland played football the way he lived, with focus, with purpose, with an unwavering commitment to improving. His story, though truncated, represents something real and valuable about the pursuit of excellence and the bonds forged through shared struggle. His memory endures not as tragedy alone, but as a tribute to authentic effort. You will be missed, Marshawn. Even though their voices have now fallen silent, their works, deeds, and memories live on in us. We remain grateful for what was. Follow the link to the right to see a secular requiem that honors celebrities who died in October 2025. A like and subscription would greatly help the channel. Thank you.